This chapter is just one of the many reasons as to why I stan Homura. She is just amazing, and she single-handedly, hands down, put both of those together. Okay, she has the best fights in Eden Zero. I mean, when you think back at her fights, like her fight against the Rogue Out troops, amazing. Her fight against the fake Valkyrie, legendary. Her fight against Garrett, otherworldly, dude. She just does it different every time she enters onto the battlefield. But anyways, let's get into the chapter. So this one starts out with Homura versus Sylph, and this chapter just proved to me that Sylph is the most powerful one of the Element 4. Like, I mean, they're all powerful in their own right, but in terms of like actual raw power, Sylph stands above. I mean, when you look at this panel, bro, she's lifting so much stuff with her wind. Like, everything that is around her, except for buildings, is getting lifted into the air and then thrown at Homura. No other member of the E4 has anything that compares to this. But Homura, like the absolute G that she is, just weaves all of Sylph's attacks. But all that weaving actually ends up getting her pressed up against the wall with a streetlight or something. I don't know what it is, but it is sharp, and it's coming at her fast. And Homura, again, like the G that she is, just backflips in the window of the building that she's pressed up against. Dude, Homura is amazing. I love her. And as fate would have it, the building that Homura ends up in is actually the exact same building that Homura fought Sylph in world number 29. Funny how things work out like that, right? And this time, Sylph is the one working the pole. How she got in there before Homura, I have no idea, but hey, she just wanted to show off her skills, I guess. Anyways, the chapter then goes to Sabir, Happy, Weiss, Pino, Rebecca, Lobelia, and Shiki. And in this part of the chapter, oh my word, so much information is dropped. And it's so much that I just need to get into it now. So first off, in world number 30, the current Weiss, when he stole that suitcase from Sabir all the way back in, I think, what, like chapter 6, 7, 8, or 9? It was all the way back then. Golly. Anyways, when he stole that case, inside of that case, there wasn't Pino. It was just full of money that belonged to DJ Zombie. And that dude was a loan shark and not only a fixer for their gang, but also all the other gangs in town. And when DJ Zombie found out that the current Weiss had stolen his money, he cut off his arm. Now this is really interesting to me because we have no idea if the current Weiss in world number 29 lost his arm because of Drake and Joe as well, because there are differences in the timeline. So it's absolutely possible that he could have lost his arm because of another reason. But I don't know, I think that would be so cool if like a constant in every single world was that in some way or another Weiss lost his arm because of Drake and Joe. By the way, I spoiled it, DJ Zombie is Drake and Joe, as if that wasn't obvious. And by the way, may I say that back in the day, bro, this man DJ Zombie, or Drake and Joe, or whatever you want to call him, this man had the sauce, okay? I'm not knocking his fit now, it's definitely clean, but him from back in the day, this man was swagged out. But to get back on track, we find out that when Drake and Joe was known as DJ Zombie, he looked the exact same then as he does now. And it's speculated that Drake and Joe is actually over 200 years old. And Rebecca figures that this is why Drake and Joe wants her power. It's because whatever he's using to keep himself alive and unaging may not work for that much longer. Rebecca has an interesting theory here, but I'm wondering if Drake and Joe, if he ever got Rebecca's ether gear, would be able to use it in like a different way. Because I doubt Drake and Joe would, every time he wanted to look young again and be young again, go to a completely different world's past where things would be slightly different every time. Like, that sounds tedious, monotonous, and it sounds like it would drive you insane. Anyways, the chapter then goes back to the fight between Homura and Sylph, and the fight just gets even more amazing. So Sylph uses Wind Snatch in order to counteract Homura's sword. But Homura, not knowing that this is a counter, epically says, "I will cleave your wind asunder," and then her sword just dissipates when she makes contact with the wind. But boy, let me tell you, it ain't over till it's over. over because Homura whips out 2 swords, combines them, Darth Mauls that ish, and just starts spinning it around so fast that she creates her own wind in order to stop Sylphs. And she calls the move, golly, Warrior Made Dual Blade Imitation Attack Towering Crane Gust. It's a mouthful. And she finishes it all off with an epic pose. However, Sylph finishes off the chapter by saying, no, it can't. No wind is allowed except for mine and my brother's. If the wind stops, Draken will absorb me. Now, I don't know entirely what this means. Like, does Sylph have to constantly have her wind going in order to stop her from being absorbed by Draken? Like, she'll just naturally get absorbed back into him or something like that. And that could be the quote-unquote illness that Jin is talking about. Or could it mean, like, if she fails in her mission, then Draken Joe will absorb her? And the absorption is what keeps him younger. But who knows? We will find out soon enough. But anyways, thank you all very much for watching. I hope that you all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody. Yeah!